So, you want to know why everything's being crazy lately and just feeling super intense. What you're really saying is, you want to know about the eclipse that's happening on Friday, November 19th. Eclipse season is about to begin, and I'm sure you've been feeling it, especially today. Eclipses are known to completely transform our circumstances in the blink of an eye, and this eclipse is no different. It's going to be a heavy one, and it might cause things to happen in extremes. But with a little self-awareness, actually a lot of self-awareness, and some perspective, you can relax into the shifts. Hi, my name is amberjay, and I'm a writer and astrologer here in Los Angeles, California, and today I want to tell you what you need to know about the partial lunar eclipse happening on Friday, November 19th for 12:57 a.m. for us here on the West Coast. Might be a little bit different for you depending on what part of the world you're in. So what is a lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse is actually a full moon. It's just a full moon that happens within about 5 degrees of the nodes, the north and south node. So what is a full moon? Well, a full moon happens when the sun and the moon are in exactly opposite parts of the sky. So basically, the sun and the moon are going to be in exactly opposite parts of the sky, but they will be touching the north and the south node as they do this, and that's what makes it a lunar eclipse. This lunar eclipse, the sun will be in Scorpio because it's Scorpio season right now, and the moon will be opposing the sun in Taurus. And so that's what makes this lunar eclipse a lunar eclipse in Taurus. Lunar eclipses are a time of significant realizations and revelations. External circumstances intensify and force us into epiphanies about who we are, what we want, and most importantly, what in our lives needs to end and change. Eclipses at their core are about change, and they will provide you many events and circumstances to let you know exactly what in your life needs to change, why it needs to change, and how it needs to change. I want to say this before I get into the interpretation. Eclipses are very powerful, and they have sort of a wild, unpredictable nature to them. And so they can make things feel very dire and feel very personal to you. But I want you to remember that despite all of the extreme things happening to you, the point of this energy is to shift and change you quickly into where you need to be to continue living an authentic life. Everything that happens with an eclipse, although it seems extremely intense, it's meant to bring your attention to something about yourself or about your life that you just simply would not have noticed before. It is not meant to destroy you. It's not trying to kill you. So I just want to remind you that no matter how intense things seem to get, remember that it's going to be okay. The point of it is not to break you down and destroy you for no reason. The point is to make things crack open. So if things feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, or oh my God, things are so intense, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this, it is simply meant to force you into movement within your life. It is not the goal is not to take you out, okay? So just remember that that is not an option. That is not how things are gonna play out. It's going to play out in a way that brings you to a higher understanding of your life and of yourself. So back to the interpretation. So with a lunar eclipse in Taurus, we are needing to find balance between Scorpio and Taurus. We're looking for balance on that Scorpio-Taurus axis. The moon wants us to lean into things that make us feel secure. This is the energy of Taurus. It wants us to focus on creating security and finding what makes us feel stable. However, the concentration of Scorpio energy wants us to understand that things are not always stable. A lot of times they get deep, dark, out of hand, unpredictable, and straight up dangerous. The Scorpio energy reminds us that there are times when we have to feel vulnerable, where things go wrong and we have to do something that makes us feel uncomfortable. We have to ask for help. We have to open up. We have to face ourselves. So to reconcile these energies with this lunar eclipse, the big question is, what in your life offers you true stability and security? What resources are truly yours? What is always there for you, even in the most desperate of circumstances? Who is always there for you, even in the most desperate of circumstances? Is it a partner? Is it your family? Is it yourself? Do you need it to be a partner? Do you need it to be a family member? Do you need it to be yourself? This lunar eclipse will show you where you get most of your support from and what areas of your life you need more support in. It will also show you the areas of your life where you're not getting the right type of support for you and where you may need to bravely let go of someone or something. Anything that is preventing this balance from happening will be brought to your attention pretty acutely, and you will be encouraged to let it go. That is the energy that's being expressed with this eclipse. Next, we look at what aspects this lunar eclipse is making in order to figure out how this energy is going to be expressed. This lunar eclipse, the moon will be square Jupiter and trine Pluto. The square to Jupiter might cause you to view things more idealistically, and you may feel a pressure to intellectualize your feelings and emotions surrounding the happenings of this eclipse. But try to work with this energy in a way that's more like there's a big picture to this. There's a big picture to what's happening. This is just one moment in time. Try not to use it as an excuse to intellectualize your feelings when you really should be feeling them, really should be feeling your emotions thoroughly, because with Scorpio and Taurus type of energy, the guidance lies in the process of you feeling your emotions thoroughly. So try your best not to over-intellectualize things in an attempt to bypass actually feeling and sitting with your emotions. But then we have the trine to Pluto, and the trine to Pluto indicates that there is a real opportunity for significant epiphanies about yourself and others, like a hit of self-awareness. Have you ever had that where you've just been going on throughout life this whole time, and then you hear one song, one YouTube video, or someone says something and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is talking about me. Those are the types of moments that you can have with a lunar eclipse that's trine to Pluto. All in all, things may be uncomfortable for these next 2 weeks, and a little bit longer. Of course, eclipse energy plays out for quite a long time. And you've probably already been feeling it this week. Honestly, you've probably been feeling it as we ramp up towards the eclipse. Just remember that this energy is to get you to break open and explore parts of yourself that you would have otherwise remained blind to. Try your best to remember this in the midst of everything, especially as things turn extreme. Well, thank you for listening. Again, I'm amberjay. You can follow me over on Instagram for daily astro. It's at amberjaylightstheway, and my personal is amberc, like cat, jay. You can also find me over on Medium for more words. It's medium.com/@ambercjay. Yes, the @ symbol is in front of it. And you can also find me on my blog, on my website, ambercjay.com. Don't worry, everything is fine. Eclipses aren't necessarily good or bad. It's really gonna be specific to what your chart looks like and who you are and how you handle change and things like that. But just know that everything is gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out. Happy eclipse season. Bye.